Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another top 20 list. It would seem that's what my gaming channel has become now. So, I've decided to do this video. It's a bit late in the year, it's already March. So, in this video, you'll have to bear in mind that these games will all be April onwards. So, essentially, all I missed off the list was Infamous Second Son. Really, as I don't think there's anything else in my top. Oh, Titanfall would be somewhere around in this list, probably, as well. So just bear that in mind. Please don't hate me for missing them out, because it's literally just any game that comes out April onwards. There's no real rules here, just it has to be a game coming out in 2014. Obviously, release dates may change, so half of this could not even be real, and half of these don't even have release dates yet. So, well, they've just said 2014, late 2014, so they'll probably get delayed. I don't even have to own the system that these games are coming out on for me to be anticipating them. These are just games I'm looking forward to. So, yeah, that's going to be the list. Quantum Break basically only particularly caught my eye straight away because it's a Remedy game and they made Alan Wake and Max Payne 1. I haven't played Max Payne 1 though. But they made Alan Wake and Alan Wake's American Nightmare, which is one of my favourite games on the Xbox if you saw my top 20 games list. So I'm not even really sure what it is. Obviously, I assume it's a third-person shooter. There's a lot of weird time elements involved. Apparently, there's going to be a TV show on the Xbox One tying into it. Shame I can't get that in the UK. But I don't have an Xbox One. I don't know, maybe this game could make me buy one. I doubt it, but I'm not sure. It does look very good, though. Remedy have a very good pedigree when it comes to third-person shooter games, so this one, definitely playing around with the idea of time, interests me, especially as time is something they've done before with Max Payne with the bullet time. So yeah, it seems to just be a third-person shooter, but it's Remedy. I'm sure they will put some interesting spin on it. Super Smash Bros. This is quite low on the list because, one, I'm not even sure if Super Smash Bros. Is just a title. The Super Smash Bros. Wii U is an awful name, but this is Nintendo, not known for great names. But Super Smash Bros. I had to put on the list because, come on, Super Smash Bros. Is a brilliant series of games. I really enjoy them. I don't play a lot of fighting games, but Super Smash Bros. Is definitely one of the ones I've gotten into to a reasonable degree. The only thing that's kind of lowered this significantly on the list is I'm not sure what they're adding at all. Like, there seems to be a few new characters, and obviously it's in HD, but besides that, the game looks pretty much the same. Like, startlingly so. It's not even like Call of Duty where it's the same mechanics but with different paint or whatever on it each time. This just looks the same, but like in HD. So I'm not sure. They are adding characters, but they seem the most random ones ever, and the stages. But I don't know. Nintendo's just kind of being weird with all their publicity for this game. So I'm not even clear on everything, but it does look entertaining, and it's Super Smash Bros. So obviously I'm excited for it. The Crew. This is a MMO driving game that has an absolutely massive map that's obviously not to scale of America, and I don't even think it will be all of America, but probably of most of America, and apparently it's like an hour and a half to drive from end to end. Obviously, of course, big maps don't necessarily mean good game, but either way, I'm glad because it's doing something different with the MMO genre, so it's interesting. And obviously, it seems to be using next-gen technology as much as possible, which is refreshing to see. So definitely an MMO game that isn't just a World of Warcraft reskin. It looks more kind of to have more, I know people don't like this phrase, but more emergent gameplay rather than just go here and do this quest. It looks like you can just be like, let's race and start racing. So yeah, That definitely looks interesting. The Crew. There's also something called Drive Club coming to PS4. Not quite as clear on that, so this is why the Crew's on the list instead. Murdered Soul Suspect definitely looks to me like the kind of game I was hoping for with LA Noire. It looks to be doing a lot of interesting stuff with the kind of metaphysical qualities of your protagonist in this game, and yeah, there's not been a lot of media for it recently, so hence why it's kind of slipped down the list, because I'm like, it's the opposite of Watch Dogs, where I've seen so little of it, I'm just not quite sure on it. However, it does look definitely interesting, the plot looks compelling, the whole kind of supernatural aspects to it. I just hope it all kind of pays off. Ooh, probably the most controversial, one of the most controversial things to put on this list. Number one, I'm not even sure if this game is going to release or what it looks like at the moment to any capacity. We haven't seen anything from Rainbow Six Patriots in ages. However, they have confirmed, I believe, that it is coming in late 2014 and apparently will be on next gen. So that at least is interesting, I suppose. But whilst I'm not too sure on the story, it does intrigue me, the idea of fighting the Patriots. I think people have blown it way out of proportion with them trying to be like, oh, it's just fight the NRA, the game. I think it's definitely a morally grey game with... I mean, come on, they shoot police officers in the opening or target gameplay they showed. Whilst, obviously, it's for the greater good, inverted commas, it's definitely kind of tackling the moral-ish issues, it would seem. And it's not just America, saving the day. But, aside from that, I like Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2. I haven't played any of the other games. Pretty much all this game would need to have me sold is Terrorist Hunt, so I really hope they have that, because that's definitely one of the most fun features in those two Rainbow games. I enjoy playing that with my friends on Xbox Live from time to time. So yeah, that's the only thing I really want from this game. The stories of the two Rainbow Six Vegas games are never particularly intrigued me. I don't know about any of the others, but Patriots... Another game that's had a degree of controversy-ish surrounding it is Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. It essentially, people are claiming it's Assassin's Creed ripoff. Maybe, but it looks like a bloody good Assassin's Creed ripoff, so I like Assassin's Creed, I like Lord of the Rings, it should be fine. I've never had a problem with clones, particularly. But yeah, besides from that, obviously I like Assassin's Creed, so the gameplay in this intrigues me. I like the idea of an open world Lord of the Rings game. In Mordor as well, come on, the orcs and Mordor are one of the most interesting parts of Lord of the Rings, in my opinion, because they're the bad guys. And I like this whole kind of dynamic, I think, I can't remember what it's called, I'm calling it the enemies system, whatever it is, where, like, the generals of the orcs remember events you do to them, and that shapes the story. And I like this whole kind of supernatural powers you have. It kind of reminds me of Dishonored a bit, actually. A combination of Dishonored and Assassin's Creed. And Lord of the Rings, obviously. So yeah, that all really intrigues me, and it looks visceral as hell, which I love, because it's Lord of the Rings, come on. When you hit someone with a sword, you want their head to come off. So yeah, this is looking very interesting to me. Now, people may not be happy with how far low down Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain is down the list, but I've not played any other Metal Gear games yet, bearing in mind, so once I have played them, which hopefully will be very soon, this should move, well, I suppose, down the list further to number 1, rather than closer to number 20. But, well, closer to number 1, but whatever, but anyway, This looks really good. Obviously, graphically, it looks amazing. It's Hideo Kojima, who's just a great guy. Um, Making games. I'm intrigued by all the stories. The only reason I haven't played a Metal Gear yet is that 4 isn't available on Xbox. The HD collection obviously is, and I'm not sure if Peace Walker is available on Xbox. I hope it is. But yeah, so this PlayStation Now service, however, should allow me to play Metal Gear Solid 4 on my PS4, which I will play all the Metal Gear games leading up to this, hopefully, and enjoy them, hopefully. And yeah, the open world stealth idea intrigues me, a bit like Assassin's Creed, I suppose. But the stuff in that isn't great. But anyway, getting sidetracked again. The story intrigues me. It's kind of not quite the Cold War era anymore, but I find the whole kind of Metal Gear lore interesting. The Order 1886. This PS4 exclusive intrigued me with its launch trailer. Definitely with this idea of the alternate Victorian London fighting these, I think it's werewolves. However, with the recent kind of gameplay reveal, I was slightly disappointed, so it's definitely slipped down a lot from my top 10 into number 13. So yeah, it was just fighting people and Gears of War, and I don't like Gears of War, so yeah. I don't know, obviously it still looks stunning, but yeah, I'm not too sure now. However, I am still excited because it looks different and it looks interesting. And alternate history stories always do intrigue me. Wolfenstein: The New Order. Another game that slipped down the list a lot. The original Wolfenstein, well, not the original Wolfenstein 3D is one of my favorite games. I'm not sure if I prefer it to Doom or not. I definitely prefer it to Quake, but yeah, so a new Wolfenstein automatically intrigues me. However, it's looking kind of generic, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure, really. There definitely looks like some tonal issues with, like, you've got Nazi versions of the Beatles, as I've said before, and then you've got, like, this gritty, we're gonna retake the world from the Nazis, so it's not sure. However, it does look to have some of the fun Wolfenstein tone in there with like robot Nazi dogs and stuff. So I just hope it focuses more on that than the resistance against them, because I'm not playing this for the whole kind of story of what if the Nazis won and you had to retake the world. I'm playing. And a quick addition during editing, I realised also pre-ordering it gives me access to the Doom beta, which excited for. Hope it's more like Left 4 Dead, because that's essentially what the old Doom was compared to just a online multiplayer. So yes, that also is making me excited for this, although I suppose technically that's for never mind. Watch Dogs, obviously all kind of graphical downgrade line, possibly sold on graphics, but then complaining when people complain the graphics. Putting all of that aside, and obviously the hype train has been round one too many times for this one, I'm kind of just ready for Watch Dogs to come out now. Hence why it's only at number 12. However, the gameplay still intrigues me. The story looks kind of generic-ish, but still looks intriguing, and the gameplay definitely looks like the selling point for me, and hopefully it'll be really good. I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I hope they don't mess up the concept, as it looks great, and I like all the kind of multiplayer integration and so on. So I'm really hoping that Watch Dogs turns out great. Dragon Age Inquisition, or Dragon Age 3 if you want to call it that. I haven't played the other two Dragon Ages yet, hence why this is on the list. However, I've kind of kept up with the story and stuff, so this is probably the one I'm gonna jump onto the series with and probably end up playing the other two previously, but I haven't seen too much about it, so I've not got a lot to say yet. But it's New Dragon Age. I like the idea of you have to unite everyone in your own way to fight the Darkspawn. Kind of hoping that it's not too Mass Effect-y. This is definitely, or Mass Effect 3. This is definitely their kind of second chance, and I'm really hoping they don't screw it up. Now, my opinions on Dark Souls, which obviously this game is drawing a lot of inspiration from a side. I'm really excited for this because it essentially looks like Dark Souls, but with, in my opinion, better integrated co-op. Because it's essentially kind of team up and play with your friends rather than the whole summoning business. So that really excites me, and the graphics look great, obviously. The story looks strange enough to be possibly great, but I don't know. I'm just really looking forward to it because it looks interesting. It looks obviously very akin to Dark Souls, but with some kind of co-op focus, so I'm excited for this. Now, Dying Light is being made by the same people who made Dead Island, so I'm hesitant about it because, in my opinion, the Dead Island games definitely aren't the best games ever. However, Dying Light looks essentially, as everyone said, and beaten this horse to death several times over. Looks like Mirror's Edge with zombies, so that looks intriguing. But yeah, the combat looks fun. It looks like it's finally nailing melee first-person combat, which Dead Island did all right, I suppose. And the free running looks intriguing. Don't really get Evolve. This is being made by the Left 4 Dead team, so I'm automatically interested. But I like this whole kind of synergy between the four characters hunting this other player who's trying to evolve, as the title suggests, and then will they become the hunted? And oh, it looks really cool. The graphics are great. I like this idea of kind of trying to hunt him down. This or no gender bias here. Trying to hunt down this other player who's playing Destiny. It's being made by the people who made Halo and published by the people that made Call of Duty. Obviously, that doesn't really mean anything, but come on, it's the people that made Halo. How can I not be excited? The sci-fi world interests me. The gameplay interests me. Reminds me a bit of Borderlands, so I'm not too psyched for that. But I don't know, the world definitely looks like the selling point here, and this whole kind of multiplayer-esque idea definitely interests me as well. So I'm very excited for that too. That's the only reason it's, well, that's not the only reason it's at 6, but it's at 6 because these other games I'm looking forward to much more. But Destiny definitely intrigues me a lot, and the pedigree of the people making it is enough to make me excited alone, let alone this, what they've shown off already. Tom Clancy's The Division is another one of these. Not quite sure how the multiplayer's working. I think it's an MMO, but I'm not sure. But the graphics look amazing. Obviously, the gameplay looks entertaining. The story looks intriguing. This virus that isn't zombies, it's just kind of kill people. I don't know. The world kind of wrecked. I know we've seen it a million times. Dystopian New York, but it still looks interesting, and the gameplay and the multiplayer aspects of this game definitely intrigue me the most about it. The Evil Within. How can I not be excited for this when it's being made by the creator of the original Resident Evils, and it's a survival horror game much akin to Resident Evil. I'm just really excited for this. I've quite recently gotten into survival horror games. This one definitely intrigued me. My only kind of reservation about it is I'm worried it's going to be one of the horror games that lacks any kind of subtlety, so it might lose its scariness there. However, I'm hoping it won't, and I'm hoping it turns out great. This looks great. Alien Isolation, survival horror game based, and much more on Alien 1 than Aliens. Whilst Aliens is my favourite, I can't deny Alien is quite a creepy film, and this definitely looks like a creepy game with the alien AI and the kind of sets kind of feel to the area in it. It looks great. I'm really excited for this. It looks like it's doing the Xenomorphs justice after last year, which we won't mention. Very recently announced Batman Arkham Knight already has me really excited. Rocksteady's back making Batman games, and you can drive the Batmobile, and Scarecrow looks like he's the main villain. It just looks great. I'm so excited for this. Not really much to say besides it's another Rocksteady Batman game, so naturally I'm excited. The last two they've done were great. Haven't played Origins, so I can't say how good that was of an Arkham game and if it held up to Rocksteady's standard, but this definitely looks great. Now you may be wondering, Ben, because let's face it, if you watch my videos on a first name basis, what could you possibly be more excited for than Batman Arkham Knight? This one I've not seen at the top of anyone's hype list, so yeah. Hotline Miami 2, wrong number. If you know me, this probably isn't all that shocking that I'm really excited for this, as Hotline Miami is one of my favourite games ever made. I even last Halloween kind of dressed up in a zebra mask and a hoodie, and for Halloween went trick-or-treating looking like that, and kids either laughed or got terrified. That's besides the point. Hotline Miami 2 looks great. It's a sequel all about sequels, and it's got the whole kind of meta-narrative that Hotline Miami had, and this one probably won't ask, do you like hurting people, but you know, I don't care. It's Hotline Miami 2. It looks amazing. I'm so hyped for this. It's just unbelievable. Not seen too much gameplay, obviously. The levels look a tiny bit too open. But I don't know. It's Hotline Miami. It'll be tough as nails, and it'll be bloody brilliant, I'm sure. And will be bloody, because it's Hotline Miami too. So yeah, that's my list. I hope you enjoyed the video, and will like or subscribe or do whatever the hell you want to do. Sorry if your favourite game didn't get on here that you're most anticipated for, but these are my personal choices. If you have a different opinion, put it in the comments or make your own video. But yes, hope you enjoyed the video.